Hello, and welcome to episode 3 of The Free Fork, season 1. I know it's been a while since I've put out an episode, and I promise that's for a reason. It's been a while since I've written a post on my Substack either, but I'm happy to say that I'm back. I didn't stop because I wasn't enjoying it or I wasn't enjoying writing, but really more because I was trying to figure out where it makes sense for me to be in this space and how I can better reflect on my health journey in a way that benefits people. My posts started to turn into a bit of a repetitive blog for recipe reviews. And to be honest, I felt that that was subpar in terms of standards for myself and what I believe I can offer the greater community. I wasn't really inspired to keep going with it, and so I stopped. It also felt contrived and it felt unhelpful. It just kind of felt blah. I'm not a chef. I do like cooking a lot, but I'm never going to be the person that creates my own recipes to publish online. And I don't really believe that talking about other people's recipes that I've tried really makes for great content, at least not on repeat. So I really do think that there's more to be said about the why and the how behind my wellness journey and where it's taken me thus far and where I see it going. So what I hope this podcast and my Substack space and my online spaces on my socials really become are a space for honest conversation around my own and other people's journeys of personal health and balance, missteps, self-reflections, etc. I hope that it can really become a larger conversation around health in general, and even more so around the way that we holistically can and should view ourselves. I hope that my learnings can really become insights for others, but more importantly, I hope that others share their insights with me. I'm not sure about any of you, but 2025 for me was the year of observation. It was about reflection and revealing some real honest truths about myself, my habits, my areas of need in terms of my own health, my career, my relationships, etc. And if you believe in sort of the symbolic years, 2025 was the year of the snake. And I stumbled upon a few readings where the year of the snake was really all about those things. It was about observation, quiet reflection, and similarly to this, the spirit of a snake shedding, in a way, the outer layer and getting rid of things that were existing out of habit and not necessarily out of a real need. And so 2026, in contrast, is the year of the horse. And it really is about taking all of that observation, all of that truth. The snake asks us to find the truth, but the horse asks us to act on it. It's really about momentum, about innovation, about freedom, movement, and movement forward specifically. You're supposed to take the truth that we've learned, and we're supposed to turn it into something that matters. So 2026, now we run. And I love that. That's for me such a beautiful motivation heading into a new year. My experience over the last 6 months with my own personal transformative nutrition changes has been so impactful that I've actually enrolled myself into 2 certification courses, naturopathic coaching and also holistic nutrition coaching. My eyes and my ears and my heart are wide open, and I'm steadily working through course material. In doing so, I'm also expanding my existing understanding of the mind-body connection. I'm diving really deeply into a scientific study of the body, which makes me feel like I'm in high school biology all over again. But at the same time, I'm also acknowledging a direct connection between our body and our emotional state. There's a connection between our emotions, our self-awareness and understanding, our existence in the social world, our communication skills, our spirituality, and our physical well-being, which do include nutrition and movement. And I hope to use this knowledge to expand my reflections right here in a podcast or on my Substack or on my social media feeds. And to do this more regularly, that's really a big goal of mine for 2026. I'm still going to do my reviews of products because on TikTok, it's become a bit of like a family affair in our house. and the kids like to get involved in it, and my husband likes to get involved in it. So if you really do like hearing about reviews of gluten and dairy-free products, please go check it out. It's really honestly quite a source of joy in our home to try new things, and everybody gets on the camera together, and it's really fun. So you can definitely check that out on my TikTok, The Free Fork. And my Substack is going to really be reserved for like the deeper reflections and the bigger takeaways. Instagram will probably be a little bit of both, but we'll figure out, where it takes us as the year goes on. So it's been about 6 months, as I mentioned, of living gluten and dairy free. And I have to say, I really do feel entirely different. The lethargy and the heaviness that I used to feel is generally gone. The bloating that I complained about, I used to look 5 months pregnant when I was bloated, and that was almost every single day. It's almost entirely disappeared. And I would say almost entirely because, if I'm about to get my period, sorry, TMI, but if I'm about to get my period, I often feel a bit bloated. It doesn't matter what I eat or what I do. It's just a part of being a gal. Or if there's even hidden gluten in something that I didn't know was there. Those are really the only circumstances. But overall, I would say it's call it a 95% improvement, which is remarkable. My skin is the clearest it's ever been. My digestion is overall in a much better place. And I've never been more of a believer that we are what we eat. However, with my courses well underway, I'm also learning that it's so much more than that. It's about so much more than just nutrition on its own. Nutrition on its own is just one pillar. And we are holistic beings. And our mind-body connection is so strong that our emotional state is so deeply tied to different parts of our physical body. That being said, I'm more physically active than I've been in a long time. I would, average to say I'm working out 3 to 4 times a week at Oxygen Yoga and Fitness in Toronto. If you're not sure what it is, it's a heated workout. So it's in an infrared sauna space that's heated to about 38 degrees on average Celsius. And they're either yoga classes or strength-based fitness classes. Some are more, HIIT cardio classes. Some are more strength sculpting classes. The yoga can be like a power yoga or a restoration relaxation type of stretch yoga. Whatever it is, it's all in a heated space. And doing those classes have completely transformed my overall physical well-being beyond words. And I will come back to this in a future episode. But what I've understood is that nutrition and physical activity make up such an incredible part of our foundation of health. Through the course that I'm going through, it gives, problems and solutions and problems and solutions. And the solutions that are consistent in every single problem are balancing a diet and increasing physical activity. No matter what the issue is, those two come up in every single one. Ultimately, what I believe is that it comes down to striving to find overall balance in our lives. Diet and nutrition, physical activity, prioritizing the needs of ourselves and others, work and leisure, relationships with others and relationships with ourselves, time for quiet reflection and social interaction. All of those areas are where we often struggle to find good balance. However, finding balance really is the key to overall good health. When one of those pillars is lacking significantly, it often has incredibly significant impacts on not only our emotional well-being, but our physical well-being. Emotional imbalances manifest as physical dysfunctions. And if we don't make an effort to rebalance in some way, those physical dysfunctions can then transform into life-altering or even life-threatening medical concerns. So, a goal for myself for 2026, and honestly a goal for all of you, is to begin a journey toward better balance. And with that, I wish you a very happy new year. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in 2026.